Hey, it's Brian Terrian from the Disability Digest, here to share with you an insider tip that has helped disability applicants get their benefits and keep their benefits. So in today's environment, it is getting more interesting, shall I say, to get disability cases approved, or if you go through a continuing disability review and you end up in a hearing to prove that you're disabled, because the judge is not always in the room. The judge during COVID time has been on the telephone, and prior to COVID there's been a lot of video hearings, and the trend is looking like it's going to be virtual hearings, video hearings. So you don't have that personal interactions. So where you have the opportunity to demonstrate and show somebody, like, you know, you're a real live person, and it's difficult to sit, stand, bend, stoop, squat. So how do you do that within those confines? So this is what has the tip that I have found out about that's worked. Video it. It's pretty simple, actually, and you can video it and submit it to Social Security as evidence. Totally legit. We checked it all out. And so here's some things that you could consider videoing that would demonstrate your limitations. So keep in mind, you're attempting to prove what you cannot do so that you're not able to work. So for example, bending. If it's difficult to bend, have somebody else video it for you, ideally, and make sure it's, you know, well lit in an area that you can clearly see. Use natural light. Your limitations, what bending and stooping is like. Can you squat? Are the limitations in squatting, like if you have chronic back conditions, typically any of that's going to be very difficult to do. Lifting. A gallon of milk is 8 pounds, and if your prior job had lifting requirements of 10 pounds and you are demonstrating that you're not able to lift a gallon of milk that is 8 pounds, then that is helpful for one to understand that you're not able to work. Also, if you have limitations in your motion, maybe you had a surgery on your shoulder, you were a carpenter, and you were responsible in your job description to push things up over your head, but you're no longer able to do that. That's another example of something that you can demonstrate. Your hands. It's Brenda that we were just working with. She has arthritis, and her condition causes her hands to close, and she's got like one trigger finger, and she's done administrative work for years. So the ability to work on a board, on a keyboard, is now like boop, 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 hunt and peck. So that's a good example of being able to show what your hands are like, demonstrate working on a keyboard, maybe trying to, you know, people don't pick up a phone anymore, they use a headset, but picking up something, for example, a pencil or a pen, those are still used. What's it like to hold a pencil or a pen in your hand? Another task example that is a good one is if you have chronic pain, a sink full of dishes. I know nobody likes to do dishes. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. Most people that I meet don't like to do dishes. But if you look at a sink full of dishes for 2 people, it's a good example, and you actually demonstrate what it's like for you to do those dishes, and maybe you can do like the cups and the plates at once, but then you've got to sit down and take a break. Or a gentleman I was working with the other day said, I can do them all, but my back freezes and I'm shot. I've got to go lie down. So what is it like for you to do a sink full of dishes? Can you do them standing up? Do you need to sit and squat and lean over and still take breaks? Simple house broom, pushing a broom around. Some of these are questions that you're going to, if you haven't done so already, you'll have to address in the questionnaire for Social Security, or pushing a vacuum. What's it like to push a vacuum around? So those are some of the things. I'm just checking my list here to see if I I covered everything, which I did. So those are some of the things that you can video. Try to keep your video like a reasonable length, 2 to 3 minutes. Maybe do different segments and different videos of different things, and have them submitted, because that makes the file easier to manage and upload to Social Security. And again, use good lighting quality so that your limitations can be clearly seen, and that would be helpful. So I'd love to hear your comments on this one. Yeah, I did it and it worked. No, I didn't. Or if you have any like kind of how-tos, drop them in the show notes here. If you know anybody else that this would benefit from, boom, send it out. Help them out. All right, it's been Brian Terry, and from the Disability Digest, make it a great day.